Hello everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator once again in the wonderful PMDG 737-700, this time in the Lone Star 1 paint by JV on FlightSim.to. A big thanks to Thrustmaster for sponsoring this video with the Boeing TCA yoke system and throttle quadrants you will see, as well as Vertical Sim for the Omaha scenery we are going to be flying into today. We're in Denver right now, and we're about to push out and get on our way to Omaha. About an hour and 11 minutes total time. And with these paints from JV, you also get the worn out looking cockpit textures as well. I think it looks much better than the default PMDG stuff. I mean, look at that. Look at the attention to detail on that. It looks really, really nice. I am on the latest and greatest version of the PMDG 737, so that's what we're flying here today. Like I said, we're headed over to Omaha off of runway 8 here today. If we go into our plan mode, I can step you through and just show you what we're doing. We're departing out of here out to Royal, and then we're going all the way to Omaha, which is right over here. And we'll be going out to Geezer and then getting vectors for the ILS 32 left approach. It's a nice, beautiful day. We'll probably do a visual approach, to be honest with you. But that is what we have expected. And then if we go miss in Omaha, we go and hold at Oscar Victor Romeo at 3,000 feet. So that is our flight plan for today. We've got 16.4 right now, but we were calling for 16.5 total in the fuel department, but that looks good to me. Over to map on this guy. I'm happy with it. TCAS is off, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on so I don't forget about it, because I always forget about that one. So there we go, that's good there. RTO for you on that. And then we're going to be ready to go. So all we have to go down here is over to our doors and all that stuff. But I can just go to ground services, and what we'll do is we'll hop over and remove the wheel chocks. When we do that, it'll remove everything. So we want the jetway to be clear. So let's go ahead and remove that by hitting this button here to release the jetway, which they should be doing here shortly. There it goes right there. Wonderful. We'll have the doors closed. So let's go ahead and remove the chocks. And we'll make sure that we have our parking brake set, which we do. That's good to go. Wonderful. Everything here is good. We're just going to wait for them to do everything they need to do here. Pushback today, we're just going to do a manual pushback, and we'll do, got to click on it a few times here. The problem is, for some weird reason, the tug always has the wheels turned all the way to the side. It's very strange. So self-drive, select the tug. We'll have the TPX 200 out there. That'll be ready to go. We're just going to do a straight back push, nothing crazy. We can go up in the overhead panel. Let's get our fuel situation ready to go here. Elects are off right now. We have the probes off right now. Everything's good there. We're going to get that beacon light on, and we're ready to push and start. All we'll do is we'll turn our packs off here as we push out. So go ahead and turn these guys to the off position for both of those. That's the reason why whenever you're flying commercially, right before pushback or during pushback, you'll hear the AC shut off, and you see all the people reaching up and trying to grab it. That's what's going on there. We're turning that AC off so we can get as much as possible to the engines for engine start. So we're ready to go. Brakes are released, and we're going to start the push. Ever so slightly. And we're just going to push straight out, and then we'll do the engine start. And that is a good push right there. So we'll go ahead and set our parking brake and start the engines. Parking brake is set. We're clear to disconnect the tow bar down there and the tug. We'll just go ahead and put that to none so it doesn't even show up anymore. Hit return on that, and we're ready to start engine number 2 first. So let's go ahead and put this over to the ground position. And we're watching right here on N2, looking for 25% N2, and we will add the fuel in once we get to 25. So starting the engines now. It's monitoring all of our systems here. We do have the start valve open there. That's what I was looking for first, that yellow little box there. And 25 right there. Start valve is closed. Everything looks good there. Good start on engine number 2. We'll go ahead and go ground on engine number 1 and monitor to 25% as well on this one. right, that's 2 good starts right there. Sweet. Let's go ahead and do our flows here, get our Lex on, and get our probes on as well. That's good to go. Let's set our flaps for 5 for departure. Get our engine bleeds on, APU bleed off. We'll get the packs on so everybody has AC back there. Nobody's gonna be complaining there. We'll chime that guy. That's good to go there. And now we can go gens on the engine there, no longer on the APU. APU goes to the off position here. And we are ready to taxi. So let's go ahead and turn these guys on. Not that. Nope, not that. Didn't mean to hit that. Taxi, there we go. And we're gonna go ahead and release the parking brake. Let's do it. Oh, we had to verify the takeoff speeds one more time since we just now set our flaps. Sometimes it does that. Not a big deal. Let's just go over here real fast and you'll see the takeoff speeds here today. 121, VR 123, and V2 128. So just clicking those 3 again will make it happy. Back to the legs page and we're good to go. We got our weather 3020 in there for the altimeter today, and we are indeed going to be heading over to runway 8. So we're gonna make a left here. Now I've got my Navigraph chart up here on my iPad so I can see where I'm going. We just departed out of Concourse C here. We're gonna take it down, sorry, right here, and then make the left turn and take that down to runway 8. Not a long taxi, just a short one. I did do my flight control check, by the way. We were doing that on the taxi out here. About to make a left turn here on to, it looks like it's going to be Lima. We'll take Lima down to Mike at runway 8. AIG running, but it seems to be acting strange, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later on because I'm having some EXE XML issues. The reason why I can't run PAC-X currently is because of that, and I'm not sure why. It's since the new sim update, it just refuses to load things in my in the order it should in that exe.xml file. We're down here to runway 8, so we're gonna get ready for departure here. Auto throttle can be armed. We got 128 in there, so that's V2 speed ready to go. We're gonna bring them up to 40%. We'll let them hold, and then we will engage Toga, which is takeoff go around, by hitting that screw right there. We'll do it. So we're pretty much ready to go here. Go boom, boom on those. And then we'll go to you. You'll be on strobe and steady. Wing light comes on, and we'll let them know we're taking off. It's a little chime right there. Flight line's clear. And indeed, I see no landing lights out there. We're good to go. Runway 8, that is correct. Hit the clock as we are now taking the runway. And over here, make sure we're on engine page for you, which we are. We'll line up onto runway 8. And we're gonna do a Southwest style takeoff here, so push a little bit forward here on the nose. The reason why we do that is so we maintain pressure on the nose wheel on the ground on takeoff roll. So lining up here, we're gonna do a Southwest style, just bring them up, let them hold about 40%. There they are. Let them stabilize, and they are stable, and Toga. All right, takeoff power is set. Airspeed's alive.
80 knots.
Cross check there. Using our rudder for control.
V1, rotate.
And rotate. On back we go. Nice and easy.
Positive rate of climb.
You're up. That sound you're hearing right there is the trim wheel spinning as I get it up there onto those crosshairs. we go, looking good. Getting onto our course here. Still hand flying the airplane. Bring that nose down. It's going to start accelerating a little bit more here. And we're high elevation airport here in Denver, so we're going to turn the lane lights off and everything at 15,000 and treat 15,000 feet as if it were 10,000. So there we go. Flaps up. Let's bring them up. $10,000 feet right there. Let's go ahead and turn our auto brakes back to off. Turn our engines back to normal here instead of continuous. We had that on departure there. We can also let the airplane accelerate, so I'm bringing it down here. That's what they want us to do. And let's get all this cleaned up as well. Still hand flying the airplane. I said 15,000, but I don't want to forget about it, so we're still, flying the airplane first. By the way, happy Sunday to all you. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. I certainly am. It's been beautiful down here in Florida. It's kind of taking it all in before we leave because we're moving this week. All right, cool. We're pretty good right there. Let's go ahead and go Command A for that, for Autopilot. And that is selected. Up on 15,000 feet, we can go ahead and turn our wing light off. Don't need that on anymore. Now we're making our right-hand turn as we are departing here on the Eons 8 departure. And we are almost out here towards to Lupton. That's where we're headed, which is, we were expecting 14,000 to Lupton, but we're going to be well above that, which is fine. And then we have Marine and Wyndham and all that stuff to exit it. Remember, we're in a flight simulator, so I'm not going to be flying things 100% all the way. What does that say? Autopilot reset? Okay. Not sure what that's about. Very strange. I didn't like that for some reason. Doesn't seem like it's going to pop up on us again. Very rusty on this airplane. Haven't flown it in a very long time, so I'm sure mistakes will be made today. We're just kind of having some fun here, doing a flight on a Sunday, and why not, So for those of you that love the OCRP series, that will be out tomorrow, and then later on in the week, I did record a couple videos of that on Friday, so I'm excited to release those. It was a lot of fun. We're still in our climb here. Everybody is looking good. Auto throttle's good. Oh, VNAV got shut off. That is, dude, I've been having some weird stuff with VNAV, auto throttle. And what it seems to be is the auto throttle, if you don't have these guys together, like perfectly on your throttle quadrant and you hit that screw, I've had the auto throttle kick off on me sometimes. So if you have that problem, you got to make sure these two are like really, really in sync. Otherwise, it doesn't like it, or you don't push it far enough, or maybe you pushed it too far. I don't know. We're at above 18,000 feet, hit standard on that for that, which is the standard pressure of 2.992. Above 18,000 feet. We're still climbing for 390 today. And it's a clear, beautiful day, which is weird because I flew this yesterday. I flew it into Omaha to make sure the scenery is working and all that stuff. And man, it was stormy. So it's still a possibility. It's still early. We're flying real world time. So this is about close to 2:50 p.m. right now, Central Standard Time. And we don't have any storms firing yet. We see a little bit of cloud cover out there to the left, and we saw some to the right, but for the most part, it's been pretty good. A lot of turbulence on the way out of Denver right now. monitoring systems on the way up. I'm not sure why I have the evacuation checklist popping up here. It usually has the other ones on there, but if there's a way to change it, I haven't figured it out yet. But no bother. Looking at here, we're at 33,000 feet for 3990. 39,000 is our cruising altitude today. Everything so far has been looking good. We are pressurizing okay up there. Been checking on all of that. 39,000 feet in there. And we're going to expect 1,000 feet in Omaha for the elevation there for the landing altitude. So I already have that plugged in. The only thing we really have to do besides, you're used to seeing an Airbus, but over here on the approach ref, we're going to put what we're going to use over here. And I'll show you that here in just a few moments. ILS is going to be 111.9322 on the course. So 111.9 on both sides. We're going to do this. 111.9 and 111.9. There we go. And approach course of 322. So we'll put that right in here. Go down to 322. And we want it on both sides as well. The reason why you want that is because in case you have to do an auto land, it'll be already set up for you. So to do an auto land, you have the ILS plugged in and everything else. You'll have your dual course and all that. And there's a reason why I haven't been doing any of the cold and dark videos. If I do that, it's going to be on my Twitch channel. If I'm doing it like live. But if there's a big demand for it out there, then I'll do it. But there's a lot of videos already out there on YouTube that cover everything in detail. So that's the reason why I just want you to get to a pushback and get on out of here. And that's what we're doing today. So 35.2 for 390 right now. And we have reached 39,000 feet. That is our final cruise altitude today. So we're going to go ahead and turn off our seatbelt signs so they can move about the cabin all they would like.
And folks, this is your captain from the flight deck. I want to welcome you aboard today's flight over to Omaha. Right now, looks like in Omaha, 87 degrees. We got winds out of the north there at about 10 miles per hour. And about 4,000 feet, we got some cloud cover there. So we'll have on the ground here shortly. Only about 30 more minutes in our flight.
All right, let me show you here real quick. We're going to go over to this page, and we're going to be doing flaps 30 here. 126 is our VREF, +5, so 131. We'll go ahead and click on that. And then you just select it right here where it says flap and speed. That is selected in there. We already have the ILS in there, and it looks happy for us. 9,502 feet for runway 32 left, so plenty of runway. And that's just going to be a auto brake of 1. We don't need anything higher than that, honestly. So that's all you have to do here in the Boeing. It's not like in the Airbus where you're plugging in a bunch of numbers for the automated system. It's still pretty much hands-on here with the Boeing. Still cruising along here at 39,000 feet. You can see the top of descent starting to show up a little bit. We will start our way down 20 nautical miles from top of descent. I like to give the airplane plenty of time for the VNAV to catch itself. I did go into the equipment options and turned off the checklist. For some reason, it was just stuck on the evacuation checklist. I couldn't get it to go back to the other one. I'm not sure what that was all about. If you guys know how to fix the exe.xml issue that I'm having, it's the reason why I can't get PackX to work. It really sucks. And I can go in there and manually add it again, and then it starts, and then it corrupts it again. Every time I start the sim, it corrupts it. I don't know how to fix that. It's been a real pain in the butt, to be honest with you. But that is the reason why we're not running PackX, but I'm sure it's not PackX's fault. It's more, on the lines of the sim just screwing up. That is for certain. Apart from that, I know that the airplane is not 100%. It's up to, the author of the paint that does all the equipment. We could go in there manually and do it. But that's the reason why the 737-700 we're flying today has like LED lights on it and stuff like that. It's kind of like a default kind of setup on it. it's not accurate to the actual airplane. So you can save those comments about it. I've seen them before. It's not a big deal to me. I don't really care, but just letting you know. All right, 16,000 feet is going to be at Howry here on the arrival. And I hit descend and then descend now. And we're already in our descent right there. We see the power pulling back right now. There we go. And we have started our initial descent into Omaha. Having a look upstairs. Everything looks good. We'll get that seatbelt sign on a little bit closer to the ground here. Let people use the bathroom all they want for a little bit longer, since I'm sure they just got done with their snack and drink service back there. Apart from that, everything is on time as it should be.
And folks from the flight deck, we've started our initial descent into the Omaha area. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
All right, airplane's really slowing down now as we're going to be trying to make Howry at 16,000 feet. I'm going to bring my speed brake out about half right here to assist with that. So with the PMDG 737 update, they did, you'll notice here with the animations today, they have updated those to where they're a lot smoother than they were previously. I still got to say, the only thing that I can find wrong with it is the wing flex doesn't seem correct to me. It seems like it's way too jagged. It doesn't feel fluid out there on the wings so much, and especially with the natural turbulence bounce and stuff like that, as we've seen with the Phoenix A320, and then also just even the fly-by-wire A320 and other airplanes. This one, the wing flex just doesn't seem right. So hopefully they get that fixed before too long. We're below 18,000 feet, so we're off of standard pressure now, and local altimeter is 299.5, looking good. We're headed to Boys intersection, 23 nautical miles to that. And if we look here, we got one to go on 16. If you look here, we've got 240 at 8,300. So we're going to continue on down from here to about 8,000 feet. Actually, we're going to do 10 first. There we go. Also, a lot of Boeing pilots turn on the landing lights around 18,000 feet so they don't forget about them. So we're just going to turn everything on so we don't have to worry about it later. That's all good to go, as we will be busy on the arrival into Omaha. Omaha right here off our left, so right out here. Can't miss it. You see it right there on the screen. It's kind of right off our nose, isn't it? It's like right out there, yeah. Cool. So monitoring all of our speeds and everything here. Remember, 250 knots is the speed limit, 10,000 feet and below. So we are not going to be a high elevation, treating things like 15,000 feet today. We're going to be doing it at the normal times. So that's what we're watching for next. Hitting our first decel point here, and it's slowing down to 240 knots right now. So remember, 250 at 10, so we're monitoring that. Had to use a lot of speed brake. I'm very surprised by that. The VNAV on this airplane's been really good. You can see we're pretty high above our RNP here, so it's going to be doing something strange here. No, it's slowing down even more, and then it's going to dump that nose over there. It goes right there. So they were slowing down to 240 first, and then it would continue down. We're not far off the RNP, so just a few more 100 feet, we're going to be good on that. And clear ourselves down to 4,000 feet next, because we'll be 4,000 at Geezer, and then we're going to slow down a little bit more, and we will expect I think it's 2,800 actually on our approach plate for the approach. So we'll look for 2,800, but we're doing a visual approach today. It's really clear. So we'll probably just go downwind, slow down to, 210 knots or so, or 190, and then we'll just manually turn it on to the localizer there, as it is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, hello. The camera went flying on us there. Yeah, gorgeous day here in Omaha, so we're not going to have to fly way out or anything like that. So we'll clear ourselves on down from there. We're at 240 knots, 9,400. We got our seatbelts on. We got our signs on. Drag required. Yeah, well, put a little bit more out there just to make this FMC message go away. There we go. So that's all good to go there. We'll go continuous on our ignitions. And we are pretty much golden here for the arrival. I'm going to keep the yoke stowed away here for right now, just so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'll pop it up before we get going too long here. We're going to be doing the default recording system today. So I turned that on. You have to use the developer tool, in the developer mode. You have to turn that on in the sim. And then we can use the replay tool right here, which we're going to be using today to record our sequence. I do not like this thing at all. However, it's a lot more smoother than Sky Dolly, so that's what we're using it. And for the camera tracking, you have to record your camera tracks. Just a disaster how they have this set up. I really wish it wasn't as bad as it is, but it is smoother than Sky Dolly, so we're going to be using that today for our replay system. But we're going to do that after we make our turn from Geezer here. So we can already kind of get this set up by moving our heading bug over here to a parallel heading we want, which is going to be about right there, about 130. I already see the field there on the left-hand side, and that is downtown Omaha as well. Well, it's behind our pillar there, so we're not going to see that right now, but that's all right. So almost a Geezer here. Once we get close to that, it will automatically start its turn, and it'll go to manual, but we will just select heading, select there, and then we're going to go off of VNav and continue ourselves down to 2,800 feet, and we'll shoot the visual approach for 3, 2, left, right over there, just over the river. There's downtown Omaha right there. Nice. All right, on down to 2,800 now, and we're going to go ahead and turn VNav off. And we'll slow our speed down here, speed hold, and we'll go to 190 knots. And we're going to go flaps 1 here. It's going to help slow the airplane down. Nope, what are you doing there, flaps? You tried to just go absolutely crazy on us there. No, I was asking for flaps 1 there, first officer. Thank you. Vertical speed mode, and keep that descent rate up about 1,000 feet per minute. Looks good there. And we can already see our approach right here. There's back to there, so 2,800 for that. And we can go ahead and turn off the autopilot, my airplane. We're manually flying the airplane, man. That's why let the airplane have all the fun, you know? So many approaches we do where we don't even fly the airplane. You just let it do its thing, but I'm gonna change that up here today. Remember, 131 on our speed. There's a 2,500 call out there. Making a left base here now, just like you would. It's like we're flying a giant Cessna, you know? Just remember, in a jet, everything happens a lot quicker. And we want to arm our speed brakes, so just pull it back to where we get the green light, right like that. See the green light right there? Engines are spooling up. We're maintaining speed to the airport right now. And yeah, I don't know what happened with AIG, but it's not drawing in any traffic in the area, so keep an eye on that. We got the glide slope already popping in here. Continue down to 2,800. We can see it there. And manually fly the airplane. To make sure that was good to go. And it is. Let's get our yoke up here so you can see the inputs I'm doing, shall we? There we go, over to the right. Looking good. There's 2,800 right there. Looking good. For flaps 1, we'll go flaps 5 next. There was 28, busted through it a little bit there, but sorry, left turn. We can just kind of gradually make our turn here onto Bacta there. That works for me. Let's get our stupid replay system moving here, so I don't forget about it. And it's recording. There we go. And just kind of ever so slightly move on to the localizer here. Still maintaining our speed here. Slow it down a little bit more, about 180. And once we get stabilized here on the approach, I'll turn off the auto throttles and we'll manually handle them. Maintain 2,800 till we, get that glide slope. which we're just about to anyway, so. There's that localizer right there. There's our runway. Should have turned a little harder there, but that's okay. Not a big deal. So now we fly that 2800 till we grab our localizer. Or not localizer, but the glide slope. And then we'll put our gear down. Put the gear down one dot above the glide. You can see it coming down right now. Turn our auto throttle system off in my airplane. There we go, gear down. Go flaps 15. It's 9, it looked like about 10 knot crosswind from the right is what I saw there. Auto marker. I'm good here. Yeah. Slowing the airplane down a little bit more. Get the flaps 15 here. We'll get our VREF going here. Yeah, I know. We need to set our missed approach altitude for 3,000 actually. There we go, just like that. Looking good.
1,000.
Slowing down. Flaps 25. We're gonna be going flaps 30 for this landing. You see ref on the little guy there. Looking good here on the glide slope. Nice and stable. And flaps 30. Gears down 3 green. Flaps at 30. Green light. Stable approach here. On VREF now. Which that's why it's complaining at us there. It's like, you're not on VREF. I know. All right, let's fly the airplane down now. All it takes is for you to look away for 1 second and you can get off the glide slope just like that, so. But this thing is so smooth to fly, let me tell you. One thing I love about the flight dynamics on this thing is it feels like you're flying a heavy jet, and I love that.
500.
Can't toss it around like crazy, you know?
400.
Over the river.
300.
Is the vertical sim Omaha. Good descent rate looking good here. Speed's
200.
wonderful. Right on it.
100.
Gonna throw out the crab in a minute. It's a slight crab from the right.
50. 30.
There we go.
20.
Kill the power. Start the
10.
flare. There we go. Reverses out. Oh, the nose wheel down. Woo! Squirrely there. Gonna go to manual braking here. And clear the reversers. Make this turn right here. Auto brakes off. Wonderful. Well, welcome to Omaha, everybody. That was a fun approach. And if you fly in the sim, and you fly this 737 and everything else, make sure our speed brakes are forward, flaps come back up. Be sure to, fly the airplane once in a while. I think we all forget to do that sometimes as sim pilots. You go over to here, you can turn these guys back to normal here and start the APU. Left turn right here. Clean up the airplane, landing lights come off. Keep our we don't even need our taxi light on, because we'll keep the taxi on for right now. Wing light comes off. This guy goes back to steady. How many strobe lights on? Oh no, AIG does have some airplanes here, that's cool. the airport information here. We're going right over here to the B gates for Southwest. We're going to be going to B14 today. Bravo 14 gate. Which I think that Delta is using a gate. Oh, there's a plane taxiing out right there. Okay, so AIG's working. It just, man, I don't know what was going on in Denver, but I didn't see any airplanes in Denver like at all. I saw like a Volaris and a generic. That's pretty much it. I think this is B14 here on the right. Yeah, that's our gate right there. Cool. All right, let's pull that parking brake there, and we can go on to APU power now. APU bleed comes on. The engine bleeds come off, and we're on the APU power confirmed. We can go ahead and shut the engines down, 1 and 2. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Omaha. Like I said earlier, seatbelt sign goes to the opposition and our beacon as well. Hope you enjoyed the flights. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below, and I'll see you on a future one. Take care.